Hi everyone. Just a little more of my ride on the first day I've had a chance to ride in a couple of weeks. Thought I'd break this up into a couple of segments so that you wouldn't be too bored, because I hope to ride just for a little while. I thought I might be getting a little colder than I am, but I did dress up pretty warmly. Unfortunately, I didn't put on my really warmest riding pants, but my legs are doing pretty good. This old girl throws off some pretty good heat. As long as I don't put my feet up on the pegs, the highway pegs, I'm going to be all right. I'm just out riding around a few more of these roads that we've been down before, checking out the leaves and seeing how things are going. I'm sure I've been down pretty much every road right here close to the house. I didn't want to go too far away. I've got my wife's back at the house with my youngest granddaughter that's up here in North Carolina. She's 8, she informed me, and we've had her all day, and we've been having a lot of fun with her. Made the trip to the dollar store and the Walmart, and we even went by the big thrift shop, you know, and looking for stuff for her. So we can't find her some clothes that we can keep at the house, so that when she comes by to visit, she doesn't have to pack a bag or anything like that. We got her some little red cowboy, excuse me, it would be cowgirl boots in her state, in her case. And she's cute as a button. She's the youngest of her family. Got an older brother, an older sister, and they all seem to get along really well. I mean, they play fight at each other like everybody else does, but when you got brothers and sisters, but I think they really love each other. They seem to all get along pretty good. But we got just her. We don't usually have just her. We usually get at least 2 of them. My oldest granddaughter here, she's a tweenager, I guess you'd call it. She's 12 now, and she hasn't really admitted to really hooking up with any boyfriends yet, but she is she's just about there. But she likes to spend a lot of time with her mom riding horses, or she'll go visit her grandmother and likes to spend a lot of time with her. So we usually end up with the 2 youngest, which is fine. And I've even taken my grandson this time last year, Thanksgiving. I took him down with me to Atlanta, and we had Thanksgiving down there, and he had a really good time. He made friends next door. You know, kids can make friends instantly. He just walked out the door, and in 5 minutes he had a new best friend. A new kid that had moved in the neighborhood in Smyrna, that lived right next to my wife. And he always asked about him, always wants to go back down there and hang out. But so far we're not going to be able to do that this year. Thanksgiving's going to be coming up here soon. I don't know whether I'll get this posted before or after Thanksgiving, but this year it's just going to be my wife and I and her mother and her brother. We'll be doing that down in Smyrna, and looking forward to that. We've got a lot of friends that are going to have other places they've got to be. They're going to be out of town, or they already been invited to have Thanksgiving with someone else. That's going to be okay. We had a good one last year, and we'll have a good one this year. And we'll still see plenty of family over the extended weekend. Yeah, it's just turning. The colors are going. They're just about completely gone. I don't know. The camera seems to pick up color a little better actually than my eyes do through this visor and these sunglasses. And so it might surprise me when we get home, but I know this little bit of red right here on this tree is really almost brown to me now, and it's not popping like it did before. So afraid it's all gone. We're going to get into the winter here, and I hope to keep riding. I've got some pretty good winter gear. Don't know about got some good gloves here. These are some pretty good winter gloves, and if I put an inner glove in them, they do a real good job. But you know, I keep reading about everybody, well, not everybody, but a lot of the guys on the big cruisers and getting the heated grips, or maybe a heated insert glove. Maybe something to consider. If my hands get too cold, I'll look into that. But for right now, I'm just going to rough it and just put enough extra clothes on and stuff just so we can take care of it. But yeah, pretty quiet out here. Seen a little bit of traffic, but it's not bad. People are still working that are having to work. They won't be coming home for another couple hours. So it's the perfect time really to get out and just ride around. Take it easy. But that's a red chair on the porch. Yeah, so they always laugh about being out in the country. Said, you know, you see who's got a sofa on the front porch, you know, stuff like that. And there's a game. I went whitewater rafting one time up in the North Carolina mountains, and where the outfitters was where we come out, and so they had to take us way upriver to put us in, so we could, you know, so we could come down the river. And it was a pretty long bus ride. We were in like an old converted school bus. It was about a 2-hour ride up through those little twisty mountain roads to get to where we needed to be. And they played a game, and the game was called Astroturf. And I don't remember all the particulars, but you were divided up into teams, and everybody on the left side of the bus looked out the left windows, and everybody on the right side of the bus looked out the right windows. And of course, these were a bunch of kids doing this. They're 18, 19 years old. It was a summer job for them. And they had been down this road a million times, and they knew where every single thing was. But you would get points for spotting things like a tire on the roof of the house. Maybe a car or a truck that the grass had been cut around it, but not all the grass. You know, there was grass, tall grass right up against the truck all the way around it, so you could see that it hadn't moved in quite a while. You got points for a car up on blocks with the tires off of it. You got points for furniture out on the front porch, or a refrigerator or a freezer out on the front porch. Now we're on the main road, you know, and people are putting stuff out on the main porch. Now the reason it was called Astroturf was, in this particular neck of the mountains, I don't know why, but people would put Astroturf, that plastic grass material, would put it on their front porch going down the steps and down the walkway. And if you saw Astroturf, you got points for that too. And the whole deal was just to keep us busy and not to think about how uncomfortable we were in that old school bus, you know, riding someplace we hadn't been to. But we were all really excited about the whitewater anyway. And that was a real good experience. We had a lot of fun doing that. As part of that, they always dunk everybody out of every canoe, and I got to tell you, I made them fight for it. I got a death grip on. We're in a raft. I got a death grip on the part of the raft that's attached to the seat back there, and man, I had my arm through that, and it took 3 of them to get me out of that canoe. They finally just ended up turning it over, turning that raft over, and I had to let go. I finally guess I got wet. I was the last one to get wet. But it was fun. I really enjoyed that. But once was enough. I do like to get out on the water, and I hope to get out there this spring and this next summer. We'll get out on the water some, but you know, we'll see how she goes.